Allah, in the name of Him, the most beneficent, the most merciful. My name is Ali Reza Jafarpur, and I am consultant for everybody, every company, every country, every president. My number is 00989014746994. And today's speech is so much important a speech because that will change the world and make nations free from disappointment and depression by understanding that you as a human have immortal and infinite resources. Sooner or later, I will introduce the science of dimensions. However, that is not science yet, but will be science. This science of dimensions help every human being to access to other dimensions. Most of the human beings think wrongly that they are three-dimensional objects, three-dimensional being, but step by step I introduce you the way that you can travel to other dimensions and feel and perceive other dimensions. That will make for everybody on earth limitless resources and improve everything 1,000 times better than now. In every nation, in every country, for every people who understand what is dimension and how we can use other dimensions about do better and make improvement of the life for everybody on earth. It doesn't matter if you live in United States or in poorest places in India or in Africa, in Asia, in Europe, we want to improve the life for everybody. For example, if United States of America ask me to make raining in every state inside United States, I will make raining for these people. But before enter to main discussion that I will a little describe about dimensions and how these dimensions can affect our beliefs and our opinions and also open and hatch other eras, the new resources, the new limitless resources for everybody on earth. That means that a lot of huge population inside United States, inside Europe, inside China, inside Africa, inside Arabic societies will know that they are limitless and they can access to infinity and use the hidden facilities to improve the life for everybody. So just in 2025, just this year, the progression and achievement in science, technology, art, philosophy, science, and other every aspect of the science will go, and we will have jump in technology, etc., etc., etc. And great change is gonna to happen for every nations. Before enter to the main discussion, I want to declare that I am so happy about Baron Trump, who already respect his father. I want to ask Baron Trump to be president in the future or in the upcoming days about the young people in Gaza or Gaza, about Palestinians, and be representative for the youth society inside Yemen. I want to ask Saudi Arabia if Saudi Arabia want to be the leader for all of the Muslim societies, stop war with Yemen and their innocent people instead of buying weapons. Saudi Arabia improve the life of the Yemeni people, improve the life of every Muslim society. I want to ask Japan send the groups of the experts and engineers to many countries to improve the life for every other nations, deliver to them new technologies, improve the life for them, and make good things in the other countries. I want to ask all of the countries cooperate with Iran about improving the life for Iranians, and if you do so, I will increase the wealth of all of the nations 1,000 times more than now. Baron Trump will be president for youth societies, maybe in the future for all of the youth societies, but now I want to ask Baron Trump to do more respect to his father and be a sample of the respections for the youth society inside United States, for everybody to respect their parents, especially his father. Baron Trump will be the representative or president for youth society who are suffering from cruelty in Yemen and in Gaza. So everybody will help other nations and pick up 1,000 more, 1,000 from everything more. So if my English language is insufficient, I will describe by using Persian language in the next speech. But I have total plan about the improvement of the life for everybody who live on earth. So instead of going to the war, we can improve the life for every other nation. And this is like the mirror. Whatever we do to other nations will come back to us and improve our life. So I want to ask European countries that before too late, accept Russia as one of the members for European Union. That is good for future of the Europe, and that will be very, very amazing about increasement of the welfare and happiness for European societies. So cooperations will be replaced with the wars, and competitions will happen about improvement of the life for all of the human being. But how that is possible to access limitless resources for every human being? About few hours ago, I made a speech and asked from Iranians to introduce this knowledge to the all of the human being society, especially scientists and philosophers, artists. The result will make great changes and will make great revolutions in every country, every nations, every one of the nations. For example, in the Hollywood, we will see a lot of new screenplays, and you will see revolutions in arts, science, and technology. So I want sincerely from all of the leaders in the world all of the politicians to be positive, to be helpful about everybody, and put the end point to the hostility and enmity, and start new era. And this is the peak of the civilization, and topmost peak positive point in the civilization in the history. What is my promise to all of the countries if they be with me and come to me? I will make people to get rid of the drought. I will make raining in every other countries, in every other deserts who are suffering from the drought, even inside United States of America. How that is possible? For me to do this, I travel to other dimension. For example, I can do this. For example, 10 hours later, I can go to other dimension and emerge inside United States of America and make raining in the desert of United States of America. So, but I want to introduce this knowledge for everybody on Earth. For this, I have to make an example. You imagine that there is a bacteria on the skin of the cow. If you see this bacteria, you immediately say that this is a three-dimensional object, and this is a three-dimensional thing. This very, very tiny being can go in the depths, come up, down, left, and right. So mathematically, you say that this is a three-dimensional thing. But I want to think, I want to ask you to think deeper and imagine yourself that you be smaller and smaller. For example, you transform yourself smaller and smaller, and you go enter inside this bacteria by your imagination. If you travel inside the consciousness of this bacteria, the surrounding is not three-dimensional for you, because, for example, if you think that I can transform myself to a tiny being, something like monocellular thing, something like a bacteria, over the skin of the cow, or in the hole in the skin of the cow, my consciousness just access to go forward, and I can't back. I can't go to the left and right, because my consciousness field in this case is monodimensional, just into the front and to the end point of my time, my life, whatever small that would be. There is just one dimension for me. I want to ask every human being to improve your imagination power. As Albert Einstein said, imagination is everything. However, imagination is not everything, but imagination and improvement of the imagination help us to improve ourselves in other fields and other aspects of the life, science, technology, etc., etc., etc. Just want, by this example, I just want you know that you live in 99-dimensional world. That means that you have almost limitless resource of the power and energy for your life and for yourself. So there is no obstacle in your life that prevent you from reaching a goal. This new science, or this new will be science, will make change in the life for everybody on earth, include Americans, Europeans, Asians, Middle East people, and African societies, etc., women and men and women. And if you want a sign from God, if you want a sign from Allah, I will make earthquakes, floods, or positively, I can make mold rainings in every place, in every country, and this will be a sign from Almighty God. As I said that, if all of the political leaders change themselves to be positive and be more sincere about helping other nations, about the improvement of the life for every nation, we will distribute the tasks and duties, responsibilities, and positions between nations equality in equal way, based on equality. For example, if Saudi Arabia accept this new era, Saudi Arabia will be the leader for all of the Muslims. Step by step, we will distribute more responsibilities and tasks and duties, and also positions between countries based on justice and equality. For example, in the future, Russia, in the upcoming future, Russia will be responsible for all of the power plant, nuclear power plants, made for making electricity, cheap electricity for all of the earth, all of the countries. Why this is so much helpful? Because reduce the climate pollutions and reduce cancers. But that will happen if all of the countries accept collaboration and cooperation and stop enmity about each other. Hostility is the evil and devil and Satan. As I said, if you want sign from God, if you want something like miracle or miraculous thing, I can make raining in every place in the world, and I am not joking. Come back to the dimension, if you are interested or not, I don't know. Just want to say that at least 99 positive dimension is accessible for every human being. There are also minus 99 dimensions, and that is, I don't know yet, that will be accessible for human being or not. I am talking about direct accessibility, not indirect accessibility. The science of dimensions make almost all of the impossibles in the world, make it accessible and possible. And I need the promise of all of the nations and countries, if they want really to improve the life for their own nations and increase the welfares for all 100 times more than now, 1,000 times more than now. As I said, there is no limitation, there is no limited resources. And infinity will be accessible for all of the human beings if they come to me and come with me and be my companion inside the internet or physically. I will make it possible for all of the nations. I don't know if I am ready to explain about dimensions. Just want to say briefly that all of the human beings, they think that they live in three-dimensional world. I want to say that there are word upon the words, there are dimension upon the dimensions, and there are a lot of dimensional tunneling, dimensional spaces inside our three-dimensional world. That is so much important. And if we transform our consciousness fields, for example, make it smaller or greater, new dimensions will be accessible to us. And then step by step, we can make physically in the laboratory the detectors that will help us to recognize other hidden dimensions. What is the result of this science of the dimensions? For example, in the physics, the physicists who understand the concept of the quantum entanglements, I don't know if we can use quantum entanglement for faster than light communication or not, but just want to say that the science of the dimensions enable us to do faster than light communications. What is the result? The result would be that we send a spacecraft, quick spacecraft that is equipped with robots to outside of the solar system and use this dimensional knowledge, use this dimensional science to do telecommunication faster than light. Believe me or not, sooner or later we will open this way for all of the nations. That means that we will have interstellar or even in intercosmos internet. I am looking to find a good name for this quick telecommunication. Maybe intergalaxynet or intergalaxnet or something like this is a good word, a good new word for this aim. Let me think deeper and find a way to describe and explain more effectively my knowledge about dimensions. Just want to say that traveling between the dimensions is possible for human beings by manipulating and enlarging the consciousness fields of the human being. The problems that will be implied by physicists is about electromagnetic spectrum. I want to say that electromagnetic spectrum is happening in three-dimensional physical world, and we we can't access right now by this our days science to other vectors of the time. Other dimensions is about other vectors of the time. These other vectors of the time make you in the situation that you experience time slower, faster, sometimes vertical. There is other vector of the times in the universe that are vertical over the current axis of the time. The current axis of the time is one-dimensional, just into the front. Theoretically and mathematically, this vector, this arrow of the time can go backward, but this is in the mathematics. I will make it possible for people in the world, especially physicists, to firstly imagine the vertical arrow of the time over the current arrow of the time, also the circuit of the times, also the circuits of the different times will be accessible by understanding consciousness field. Keep it in your mind and analyze. I will come back and I will think deeper and will come back to explain more. But please keep your promise about finish all of the wars in the world and start new era of the peace. Help to each other. Everybody, doesn't matter. Japanese help Chinese, Chinese help Japanese. Japanese help all of the other countries, equip them with the new technologies. Saudi Arabia invest in other Muslim societies if want to be a good leader for all of the Muslims. Saudi Arabia can make itself practically leader for all of the Muslims. But if Saudi Arabia be a good judge and make judgments based on equality and justice, no bias. If Saudi Arabia keep balance between the West and East and cooperate with all of the countries equally with China and Russia and United States, if Saudi Arabia keep itself as a country without bias about Muslims, Sunnis and Shiite all together, then Saudi Arabia will be a valuable country to be leader for all of the Muslim societies that are great population, 1.5 billion. So the leadership of all of the Muslim societies is a great honorable thing in the world. Saudi Arabia must very, very powerfully establish the country of the Palestine and behave equally between Israel and Palestine, just like the brothers, without bias. Both countries must be made absolutely no war is acceptable, no invasion, no attack, but by both sides, Israel and Palestinians, live in the peace beside each other. About also other countries, the peace between Yemen and Saudi Arabia must be happen. Who will be the responsible for this permanent peace? I ask from Vladimir Putin, please invite Saudi Arabia leader and Yemen leaders to Moscow and make a permanent peace agreement between these Muslim countries. Also, China must cooperate with this decision. About the other countries, the practical political steps must go to happen. If you want to make welfare for all of the nations and get people and help people to get rid of depression and disappointment, do this. This is good for future because step by step we are going to make a worldwide government a worldwide government in the world. This central worldwide government so much important for all of the nations because that will make the peak of the civilization a united central bank. Russia will be responsible to establish a united central bank for all of the countries. China will make a platform, for example, cell phones, all must be made by China. We divide the task and productions and economy and all will happen based on equality. We participate, all of the nations, and we will help the poor countries inside Africa to be more wealthy, giving them technologies. The new innovations gonna happen so much sooner than ever, especially after that I introduced the science of dimensions. Then we will see the world gonna to be better day by day. You suppose if we make it possible, the permanent peace between Israel and Palestinians, that is good for future of the Israel because a lot of Jewish people from United States will come back to Israel and live there in their holy religious land. It's good for future of the Israel. Just be sincere, be positive, be kind, and forget hostility, enmity, and whatever bad happened just happened in the past, and start a new era. I want to ask all of the countries cooperate with each other. The good things gonna to happen to all. Also, I want to ask all of the countries improve everything inside Iran, and Iran will give it 1,000 times back to you. Invest in Iran, you will pick up 1,000 times more, not from Iran, from the limitless source by Almighty Allah. In the Quran, we have a lot of sign or ayah that says that, for example, in Arabic is وَلِلَّهِ خَزَائِنُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. That means that all of the resources, especially the hidden ones, is in the hand of Almighty Allah, and Almighty Allah will open His resources for you. If you be the righteous man or woman, many good things gonna happen for you. So this is our aim, to improve the life for every nation. Chinese 20 times better, Indians 30 times better, Russians 20 times better, Europeans 14 times better, Americans 10 times better. And this is justice. Why this is justice? Because in the history, bad things happened, for example, in India by the wrong policies in the history by UK, by United Kingdom, by Great Britannia. They made colonialism or they abused India and theft Indian monies, Indian wealth, Indian jewelries, and we want to return it back and give it back to every nation and every country, not by making condemnation for Great Britannia about the policies that is not related to the current people and nowadays people in United Kingdom. They are not responsible for Frank deeds and misdeeds, actions and misactions by their ancestors. Also, Donald Trump is not responsible for the hostile behavior that happened during the history of United States against the American Indians, American natives. But we can make improvement of the life for every one in every country, and by this way we remove all of the hostilities and enmities in the world. I am thinking to explain that is difficult. I have knowledge, but that is so much difficult to explain this knowledge for people. I am thinking to find a way to explain how we can access to other dimensions by using new devices in the laboratories. Come back and explain as much as I can. God bless you all. Thank you, broadcasters.